Please leave a like and subscribe.
Dragon Ball Z 17's Adventures. One day 17 was patrolling the island and noticed that the animal's bones, meat and everything was missing. Just a lifeless body. Nothing but his fur was left there. 17 was shocked a little. A day has passed and he went searching, and the next day he stumbles across a very familiar figure, a shell-shaped figure in the shadows, but he is blue. It is a Cell Jr. 17 doesn't hesitate to defend his island as him and the Cell Jr. clash. 17 barely able to hold his own against the Cell Jr., but he jumps in the sky and begins to beam around the island, using his infinite energy to his advantage. But Cell Jr.'s superior power and speed managed to knock 17 out the sky to the ground, hurt, and then he goes to absorb 17 in so much pain. The tail opens up around him, and 17 puts his energy barrier up around him, holding him back. Cell tail just began to spread open and absorb the entire barrier. 17 yells in defiance and continues to grow his barrier until Cell pops. And it was at this moment 17 had a revelation that he knew he had to keep training or fail to protect his island one day. But that night came the normally scheduled poachers, and they arrived on the island, and they found the leftover remains of Cell Jr., and they took him and left, all while 17 is still passed out on the ground. 3 months later, a new poacher arrived on 17's island. He calls him out and challenges him. The two clash back and forth. 13 was stronger than Cell Jr. by a long shot, and even passing up 17 as far as in strength. But 17 presses on as 13 breaks through 17's barrier, knocking 17 to the ground. As 17's about to pass out, he looks up to the sky and sees 13 starting to lose his mind, losing control of his power. He charges a great big ki blast, and he's getting ready to push towards the planet. 17 looks to his left and sees scared animals, and he looks to his right and he sees his family and their newborn. 17 stands up and powers up, putting the energy field around the entire island. 13 launches his attack, and it parts the crowd, and it parts the clouds, and it strikes 17's energy field, and he stands, and it sends waves throughout the world. 17 starts to bleed through all the holes in his body, doing his best to stop the blast from breaking through, but then he lets out a yell, and the energy field pushes the blast back at 13. 17 begins to power. 17 begins to pass out, but before he passes out, he puts an energy barrier around 13, keeping him from dying from the impact. They both wake up, and 17 stands up and looks down at 13, and he says, "Get off my island." And 13 gets up and flies away.